First on Fox 5 News at 10, a young man who says he received spiritual guidance from Bishop Eddie Long tells Fox 5 News life with the bishop was like a drug.
Jamal Parris told senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell a father-son relationship turned sexual, and he wants to get his story out to rid himself of the pain and protect others. Dale is here right now. He has more of his exclusive interview. Dale.
Amanda, Jamal Parris's allegations have ignited a firestorm. Our interview was the talk of the town on several radio stations this morning, and it sent nearly 1 million people to our website, myfoxatlanta.com. People wanting to hear Jamal Parris tell his story in his own words.
Bishop Long is in the pulpit. Eddie Long is in the private, and we know Eddie Long. That's a whole nother man.
Jamal Parris says the charismatic leader of the 10,000-seat megachurch New Birth Missionary Baptist is leading a double life, and he felt it was time to bring it to an end.
Enough is enough. This man he's doing too much damage to the lives of young men, and it's time that he stops.
In an exclusive interview in Colorado, where he now lives, Jamal Parris painted a picture of a bishop who is adored in public, but in private preys on young, impressionable men looking for a father figure and love.
Being around him, it's almost like a drug. You can't believe the place that you're at in your life and the things that you're doing and the cars that you're driving and the people that you're meeting. So it becomes, if I want to continue to feel this love and this power, I'll do whatever my dad wants me to.
Jamal says that what the bishop wanted was sex. He said it began after he became of age, and he said it was constant.
His house, the hotels, his condos, in the church.
In the church?
In the church, before and after service.
But I am not the man that's being portrayed on the television.
Bishop Long never flatly denied the charges in the lawsuit during last Sunday's sermon, but his attorney has said they are not true. Did you receive those pictures?
I received those pictures.
Did he ask for pictures like that from you?
Yeah.
Parris says the bishop exchanged pictures like these with the young men. He says the bishop wanted to coach them on building up their bodies and improving their physical appearance for him.
The pictures speak for themselves. A man in his underwear talking, sending pictures in the bathroom, and they ain't to your wife. That's to us. They speak for themselves, and you be the judge of that.
Parris claims in his lawsuit the jewelry, the cash, the gifts, the trips in the bishop's private plane came at times from church coffers, and that top church officials knew what was going on. Was some of the money that was spent on you and the others church money?
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt about it.
No.
He says at some point he became surprised to find out other young men claimed they too were sexually involved with the bishop. They all got together.
And all we wanted to do was talk and just say, help me deal with this hurt that you caused. And he had no sense of reverence, guilt, or remorse. So if you're not going to deal with us privately, then you're going to have to sit down publicly one way or the other. But you're not going to hurt another young man another day in our lives.
And together they decided to come forward and file lawsuits.
I want my pain to stop. I want the pain of the other sons to stop. I want to make sure that this pain never even starts for another young man that goes to this church. And I actually want his pain to stop.
Bishop Eddie Long's attorney, Craig Gillen, sent us an email that states that unfortunately the plaintiffs and counsel are attempting to try their lawsuits in the media, and he writes that the appropriate place to try the lawsuits is in the courtroom.
Jamal was obviously looking for the right venue to tell his story, and he chose that with you. You were on V103 this morning. What did some of the callers say? Where are they coming down on this whole thing?
You know, we heard a range, I think, Tom, of all the opinions that you could imagine. I would say most of them ran more to the side of that they believed that Jamal was a very compelling, believable witness. There were some, though, that questioned him and decided that, or when they called in, said that they didn't think he really was telling the truth. So ultimately, it's going to be decided by the courts.
All right, Dale, thanks. Well, tonight a former NFL player is running defense for the embattled Lithonia preacher. Anthony Cannon was a linebacker for the Detroit Lions until 2008. That's when he was sidelined by injuries and a DUI and other troubles. He says the bishop stood by him during the toughest times of his life and says Long had been like a father to him. Cannon says even with the cars and the gifts, there was never an expectation of sexual favors in return.
I can't name one spiritual son that hasn't experienced that, because that's not. I don't feel like that was a ploy to pull people in. That's his heart, and that's he wants to give and give and give, and that's all I've known him to do is to be a giver.
Cannon says it's not fair to judge Bishop Long or the men suing him for sexual misconduct until the facts of the case play out in court, but adds he will stand by his pastor wherever the chips may fall.